Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment.
Most definitely. I'm back with another exclusive video reaction. This particular video reaction right here is Smacc on Figg being exposed. On top of that, he responds to the YouTubers that said something about the situation, such as myself, Compton AB, and the light-skinned dude. You dig what I'm talking about? Along with Flaco from No Jumper, Secondhand Motion, his thoughts on the situation. Be sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Meanwhile, me peoples, let's jump right off into the video.
So I dropped a video yesterday about how people on Instagram and other platforms were trying to associate a small clip of a video of Smacc having a conversation with the mayor of LA to the Hoover Rico that we've seen people get arrested for. Now since then, this video that made its way around the internet. A couple big YouTube channels end up grabbing the video and reacting to it.
I reacted to it and he definitely felt some type of way, but because my channel not as big, he didn't address me in the video. But that boy Flaco tried to.
Average gangbanger has a 30 IQ. We can just briefly touch on if literal children are being trafficked and the first thing you're thinking about is who is snitching on the hump, then you are a weirdo. These nincompoops, they're blaming a podcaster by the name of Smacc. They're claiming that because Smacc did an interview with the mayor and he asked the mayor what is her plans to clean up Figg, that he's responsible for why the feds rolled up and conducted his Rico.
One of those being Compton Rick Rod.
Position to sit down with the mayor, that's cool. A lot of people don't have that opportunity to sit down with the mayor of their city and tell the mayor what's going on, and they see that they don't see fit, especially involving minors. Anything else outside of that, that's for your community, your homies. They could deal with that on their own. That ain't my job to say, I just did a reaction video. So I'm coming to clear up a few things about that video that I did yesterday, and also
meanwhile, I would like to clear up some things too also on my end though, you feel me? Smacc though, you know what I'm saying? If your team wasn't aware of the questions that they put on that paper for you to ask, you know what I'm saying, you got to take that up with your team, because at the same time, a lot of us, even when we are reacting people to channels, we got our own platform that we build. So we build the narratives of things and how we respond to things, you feel me? On the flip side, maybe you got sponsors, you got different people, different team. So whoever put that on that paper and had you ask them questions, they should have knew the type of person you was. Or maybe they put you in a trick bag, you feel me? You got to think about these things.
And also what I heard Smacc said, you know what I'm saying, I'm not testing your gangster.
Crazy narrative going around saying that it's my fault when Rico came. How is it my fault when Rico came? When I did that with the mayor, that was what, 3 weeks ago. So in 3 weeks, they went and did all this old shit and went up and got all this, whatever they got on these people, my good peoples, you feel me, freedom, off the back, you feel me? But how y'all gonna put this narrative on me? When that's what we had questions that we only asked the mayor, you know what I mean? That's what all she wanted to ask was, you guys me this, Y, and Z. I get to politics, this paper is in front of my mic. Everybody got papers that got to share. So what I read off of what was on my paper. And now all of a sudden they take this little ass clip and want to throw that in and try to paint a narrative on me saying, oh, it's my fault. You got me effed up.
Let's be honest, bruh. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got you toe up. Just like you knew not to use profanity. At the same token, though, whoever put that on that paper got you messed up. And maybe you should figure out who done that. And understand that maybe you should do your own platform if you're going to be popping it. Because at the same token, what was on that paper, it runs concurrent with what just happened recently. You feel me? You don't know the person motive behind that. And at the end of the day, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You repeated what was on that paper, not knowing what was the reason for that question on that paper.
And for all my homies and all my real, they already know I don't rock like that. I ain't with no police shit. So that's what I don't care about, my nigga. But for all you YouTubers, what's the dude name? The Compton Rick Rocks and whoever Compton Rick Rock was reacted to on his channel. I guess dude from out of town or something, some light-skinned dude. Y'all don't even know me to even speak on me, homie. I don't know you, Compton Rick Rock from a can of paint. Never spoke on you, bruh. Never spoke on dude. Don't even know y'all, bro. So y'all and these YouTube people out here steady trying to put false narratives on niggas. Y'all need to cut that out, man. That just let me know y'all ain't got no type of content or nothing about yourself that y'all channel's finna go down, because now y'all just making up false narratives, and that shit ain't cool. And it rubbed me wrong, because I'm like, damn, that's how niggas gonna get at a real ass nigga like me. Nigga, I never snitched, never told, never folded, nigga. What was on that paper was, ask the mayor what is she's gonna do about these little kids walking Figueroa. I asked the question. That paper could have got set in front of Terrell, AD, Heather, and then y'all would have been saying the same thing about them, so I really don't feel bad.
Like that. I happen to know a lot of people, you know, that you deal with. Good people, good solid people, good solid homies that I respect, and you know what I'm saying, I have a lot of, you know, respect and love for. So I will say this, man. We do reaction videos over here. On y'all channel, y'all do things different, but as a reaction channel, we gonna find stuff, and you know, we gonna disagree with some stuff, and we gonna agree with some stuff that people do. That's why it's called a reaction channel.
Most of the time, you individuals go off of the title, or you feel me? I'm saying the comments or the narrative, whatever everybody else feel. And at the end of the day, if you listen clearly, we'll break things down and give it to you raw and uncut for our understanding. You dig what I'm talking about? Just like I'm gonna do this here video, and I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut. You feel me? I feel like it's still a crisscross. I feel like it's a lot that's been said over the time, and it's Friday, so people putting out their content, but at the same time, people feeling certain ways, but they got to be mindful of the teams and the people that they deal with and understand what is their motive. Is they putting you in a trick bag, or is you putting yourself in a trick bag by not being smart enough and being naive because you ain't built your own platform?
That was the title of the video. People were blaming Smacc for somehow having some connection to the Rico. And in the video, saying that that's true, I'm giving my opinion on why I believe people are saying it, as well as I give my opinion about why Smacc may feel the need to actually have that conversation with the mayor. Got people questioning if Smacc is wrong for saying what he said. I'm going to be real with you. It's a wobbler. I can get and understand why people from the community is looking at him sideways after some of their homies then got locked up for that. Like, what kind of shit is you on? Like, so you brought that up to the mayor, you know what I mean? So what you want the homies to go to jail for what they doing out there? And that could possibly be true. People might have wanted to see some of the homies go to jail behind. Man, I'm telling you, the streets is crazy. So with that being said, I clearly stated that I felt like I would say that it would be a wobbler. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are things about Smacc's past that I will bring out in this video later on. But for right now, we're going to stay on course. So I said that in the video, and I clearly stated that I felt as if Smacc didn't have to be down with what was going on Figg if he wanted to have that conversation, or if he felt like that's what he needed to do. But as well, I could understand it from both sides if I'm in the criminal element, to where it might be individuals who may feel some type of way because of what Smacc said. And I also pointed out that it's just messed up because of the timing of the conversation coming out with him and the mayor, and then a couple weeks later, this happening. Not saying that Smacc initiated the Rico. Nobody's crazy. We read the paperwork. They said the investigation started in 2021. But, you know, some people are nearsighted and they don't get the entire conversation. They hear a few things, or in Flaco's case, he clips a few things and then tries to run with a narrative.
You see? What I've been telling you, bro, I'm a prophet. I've been correct about these people. The reason why they don't believe that they should go to jail is because they see themselves within those. Because there's not much of a difference between the gangbanger who is recruiting 10, 11, and 12-year-olds to be a part of a gang and make decisions that are permanently going to destroy their lives.
that you would want to point out what's going on Figueroa, regardless if it was with adults or minors, when you yourself have proclaimed to participate in all the festivities that take place on Figg?
Back then, like I used to, like, you know, how could I put it? I used to be in that Don Magic Wine game. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, like deep, all the way, deep.
And this is who you defending, Flaco? You see, I wasn't going to bring any of this up. I was just talking about what people were saying on social media.
Who is recruiting 10, 11, and 12-year-olds to be a part of a gang and make decisions that are permanently going to destroy their lives. Preying on the 11 and 12-year-olds to go ahead and commit shootouts and murders for them, knowing in California, it's no difference. They're the same people. And they see themselves within the pimps that are out here pimping on young girls because they're also predators. They're nasty human beings. It's just a fact. All right.
But we're going to wait a minute for you. Let's point out the obvious. This man actually operated as a pimp at one time. He's a part of the problem. Instead of being a part of the solution and going out there to talk to the young men and women who may be out there lost, getting abused and manipulated, he had a conversation with the mayor. Let's keep going.
I'm still known in the game around the world. I've been to the biggest parties they throw. Like, no cap, facts.
So you were into the culture of it. You're going to the events and the conventions and all that shit that Sharp be doing?
And I was a part of it, though. I'm really going with my 4-5 year to me. They like, look at little Smacc. Yeah.
So you were on Figg?
Yeah, for sure.
You're back on Figg now, but you were on Figg then.
I was on Figg in the car, sleeping. Hearing horses come by, you know, you hear the clock, clock, clock. You think it's some horses, but it's the stilettos just. You hear me? That's how I sound. I'm in the car.
Why are you sleeping in the car?
Because I had to grind it out. You feel me? Like, I'm a young dude, so
you got to be on the site while your employees are working.
And there you have it. See, this is the hypocrisy of this whole entire conversation. So let me get this straight. I come on the internet. I give a reason as to why he may have wanted or felt like he needed to bring the conversation up. Maybe he wants to clean up his community. Maybe he wants to do some good. Maybe, just maybe, he might, and he doesn't feel the same way about the shit as he did back in the day. But he didn't say that. His response wasn't that.
Feel like the minute that people realize that the internet is undefeated, they'll pop it a different way. You know what I'm saying? You can't be on here popping it 24/7, being on cameras, having footage of certain things that you have said, and then you act like you denouncing something. But at the same time, you feel me? You bringing something to the mayor's attention. I feel like, you know, if anything, he could have said, how you going to clean up LA? Just because it's a question on that paper don't mean that you asked the question that way, but maybe you would have been fired. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I would have asked it, how you going to clean up LA?
But now we come to find out that not only was Smacc a PIMP, but he also was on Figg. Now, granted, that's just one clip. But this wasn't the only time that he gloated about being a pimp.
One for this PIMP, professional and manipulating people, I'd be dead right now. I wouldn't be here, Sharp, or I'd be in jail. Because the route I was going was, you're going to be dead or in jail.
So let me get this straight, Flaco. Let me get this straight, Smacky. Let me get this straight, audience. You mean to tell me that we have somebody who sat in front of the mayor and pointed out all the monstrosities that were going on Figg, and what are we going to do about what's going on Figg, and people walking to school and seeing some things and this, that, and the third, right? This is the same individual who just sat here right now and told us that if it wasn't for the PIMP, he would probably be unalive. He would probably be in jail. So you mean to tell me the manipulation of women, the exploitation of women on Figg, selling their bodies for your financial gain, actually.
Because the route I was going. So that's why I love the game and thank God for the game, man. You feel me? Because this ism changed me. It gave me a different perspective on life. Yeah. Like, I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to just get some money and live. So when I knocked my first little game, it was over. I never looked back, Shark. And I'm 35. Never had a case, never had nothing. Because God blessed me to know how to really pimp. You feel me?
So let me get this straight. God is blessing people to know how to pimp. He also stated that he didn't hurt nobody. Well, what about the women who you had out there selling themselves? Do you actually believe that every single time they got into a car with a stranger, every time you walked them into a hotel, every time they laid on their back to make money for you, do you believe that there was no harm being done to those women? See, this is the hypocrisy of not only his statement, but as well as the statement of Flaco, because you can't have it both ways. If you feel like those individuals who recently got locked up, P4K and Lady Duck, should possibly be in jail, then you should also feel the same way about Smacc. Matter of fact, even if, let's just say hypothetically, I was blaming Smacc for what took place, it shouldn't matter to you anyway, because maybe possibly what he done to women on the street corners of him being a PIMP, this could possibly maybe just be his karma. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But I'm just giving a hypothetical since everyone else is just running with whatever they want to run with. And we're not sticking to the content. But with that being said, man, Smacc brought up IQ. Or maybe somebody else's IQ. But I could have swore Smacc said he was in.
Everybody know I was in special education. I was getting an IEP meeting at 52nd Elementary, all the way to John Muir, all the way to high school, bro. I don't got nothing to lie about, dog. Like, this is me.
Why? Because you like your lack of being able to pay attention?
Yes, I needed more help. I needed more help than the people that was in the regular classes that was gifted and all that.
Yeah.
So in my class, it probably was like, no exaggeration, probably like 25 kids up in that motherfucker. You feel me?
Did you ever feel like
y'all class had the big ass rows and y'all had, you feel me? But
first of all, you don't know what class I went to, but
I didn't say.
yeah, all this shit.
Yeah, whoa.
I'm just saying, like,
you went to a private school.
The normal classes was a book class filled up. Mine wasn't that many people, and we had two.
I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to attack Drunk Smacc like this, but Drunk Smacc, you left me no choice. I had to do this. Now, he continues to talk about his special educational needs, and come to find out, man, Smacc can't even.
There's no way I said
spell,
I'm down.
Spell shirt right now.
See what I'm saying?
Come
this type
on,
of
bro.
nigga.
That's offensive. That's wild.
How?
That's
a question.
easy.
Spell shirt.
We ain't asked you for your questions right now.
Spell shirt.
I'm not finna spell it because I got to download. I'm loaded. I got to download. That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't hurt me, though, because I can't spell shirt right now.
Yes,
you a bully.
Yeah, come on, go.
Nigga.
From the looks of it, Brethren got the wrong person mad. He done digged up all kind of stuff, and he made sure if you gonna call me the light-skinned dude and speak on me like that, you gonna feel the draft. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, this is just a prime example when somebody come for somebody or they feel some type of way and somebody go doing some searching and digging and doing a lot of content and reaction to the videos. You dig?
That's good.
Yeah, you ain't shit, Pablo. And I got you. H, S-H, or something. See, I'm not even finna fuck you, Pablo. But that's
you
me.
A piece of shit.
No, he could be a piece of shit, but it's not gonna offend me.
Now, I'm under the impression that if Smacc can't spell, then he can't read, and he shouldn't be the person talking about somebody has a low IQ. Again, I don't feel like Smacc gave any information to the mayor that she didn't already know about. I don't think he gave up any information on any individual who got caught in that case. Matter of fact, we know it because we seen it in real time. I don't even think that Smacc is to blame for what took place in this Rico case. My only thing was to bring commentary to a post, a conversation that was being had on social media. And we didn't have to go here. Had there been an issue with whatever, I could see Smacc just having a random issue. And if he had an issue with the narrative that was being pushed on Instagram, fine. But he pointed out specifically my video that was being reacted by Compton Rick. Now, Flaco, you made a comment about me stating that I would prefer somebody to put hands and feet on these individuals rather they go to jail. And you tried to allude to me having a gangbangers mentality for whatever reason, but in the words of the great drunk Smacc, you don't know me. So to say that is a little bit weird to me, but fine. Let's just say I do have a gang background or whatever. My gang background would allow me to have the thought capacity to say, you know what? I'm not calling the police. I'm going to take the law into my own hands and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to these individuals that's doing this to my kinfolk, to my family. You got on there and you made it as if though I wanted those individuals to go free, but I can understand why you can't relate to me saying somebody going out there in the streets and doing something to them when you've allowed people to stand up in your face, call you out your name, and threaten to put hands on you, and you.
Right? I could have called you, what you doing, nigga? I don't trip, do your shit. I don't give a.
Yeah.
Y'all do y'all thing. But nigga, at some point, if you think that your platform is gonna be a platform they got to come diss my neighborhood, then you're gonna find out what it is.
Wait, but like, hey, but like, No Jumper is not my platform, it's Adam's platform, right? And the show itself.
Hey, Flaco, Paul. Hey, listen. Hold on.
What the?
Hold on. Hey,
You see, just like you tried to call me a gang member because you thought you could like see that that's the type of individual I am. You know what I can see in you? I can see the bitch in you. I can see the coward in you. You see, let's go back to this picture. You actually scared of Wack in this picture. Wack has put the fear of God in you at this particular point. You don't want nothing to do with Wack 100 in this scenario. Now, me being there that I am, I wouldn't care who it was. It could have been Jesus Christ himself. Anytime I'm called out, I show up. Win, lose, or draw, because that's how I was raised. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. You, on the other hand, you're not built like that. You're not that type of individual. So somebody like you, your first thought would be to call the police. Lock them up is things that you say. Let the police handle them because you don't want to handle them.
So I was rich then, but you ain't even know it like Rocco. We don't keep score, we just keep on scoring.